Alright guys, so welcome to Let's Play Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm Wexdarn and this is Labyrinth Zone. This level's music really got butchered if you're playing like the Wii's port of it, because if you're playing the PAL version of the Wii ports, because the PAL Wii Virtual Console is actually, well, there's some games that really aren't made for the ports. Like, they haven't really, like, I can't think of a word to describe it. Like, they haven't been changed to match the Wii specifications, I guess. And this game is an example of that, where... Right, so as I was saying, some games weren't made to match the Wii's specifications when they got ported over to the Virtual Console. Well, they weren't for the PAL region anyway. So, in some cases, such as this game in particular, the music is actually slowed down by up to 25% at points. Like, sometimes the gameplay gets affected by it as well. I mean, I've not noticed that big a problem with gameplay. Was that Caterkiller invisible? What? But yeah, this level in particular is one where you can really see the difference in terms of music. And so we're back here again, and as I was saying, I'm sure you guys would have noticed like the music in my LP's been playing like a bit slower than the actual game or the actual music track itself is supposed to, and that's not me doing any editing to it. That's not me like with an emulator issue. So anyway, as I was saying, the slowdown wasn't actually from me editing it. Sorry, as I was saying, it wasn't me like editing the game or the music to be slowed down. I was actually just playing it on the Virtual Console in Europe, and it tends to have this issue for whatever reason, so I don't know what it is and I can't really change it, but yeah, issues there, and it really shows in this level in particular, in my opinion. But there's nothing I can really do about it, and some of the songs sound kind of cool, slowed down. Like, I think Labyrinth Zone actually, not Labyrinth Zone, Marble Zone actually benefits from it being slowed down a little bit. So, I don't know, it's kind of cool. And I hope it hasn't been like too different to what some people are used to, but like I say, there's really not a lot I can do to change that. And another thing I forgot to mention, if you reach Labyrinth Zone without all 6 Chaos Emeralds, you are not going to get all 6 Chaos Emeralds, because special stages don't actually appear in Labyrinth Zone. So Starlight Zone was your last chance to get emeralds, and if you haven't got them by now, you're basically kind of stuffed on the matter. So these like big circular things are really cool. Like, they just stick Sonic to them with the gravity. So I just wanted to get at least one ring from that pile, and come on, let me up. Like, the only thing about them is that it's kind of weird to like control them in a way, because when you're running on it as Sonic, your perception of what's left and what's right is gonna change when you move around. So when you're holding right on the control pad and Sonic's like upside down, it doesn't feel like you're pressing the same right. So yeah, it's a little bit weird to get used to, but you get used to it rather quickly. And buzzsaws, yay! Right, for this one you just gotta try running through as fast as you can. But just time it when the buzzsaw is up, obviously, so... And then you can get flung around by one of these machines. So, they're always good. Let's see, so... Over this electrified pit, or another electrified pit, and... I've got to wonder, why would you actually build your base like this? Just feels a bit confusing, and there's no like logical sense to any of this. Like, why would you build it to have buzzsaws running through everywhere? What if you just want to go out for a stroll in your base? You're going to have to dodge everything. And there's buzzsaws on the ceiling now, and these treadmills everywhere, and a wrecking ball. Let's see, keep running just enough. So, alright, just gotta wait for this guy to go up, and again, why would you even have the flamethrowers coming out of it? This just makes no sense. Why design your base like this? And you can't roll into those? Really? Doesn't look like they've got any protection on the front. Like, unless I timed it to hit it just at the time when he was going to release his attack, but I doubt it because he didn't like show his animation for his attack. So yeah, I don't know. You can roll into them from behind at least. Just give me that ring. Okay. Can't go out that way, so to carry on down. Get this caterpillar and that one. Get an extra ring. And there's the exit. So we are out of there. Well, at least we only got the one act left in the game, right? Well, let's just carry over to the next part. Oh, straight into the boss fight, okay. Come on, Robotnik, have at you. Come on. What? Oh god. Yes, Scrap Brain Zone Act 3 isn't actually a boss level. It is instead a water level which is much like Labyrinth Zone. So much so that most people actually call it Labyrinth Zone Act 4. But, I mean, this level's completely different. It's a completely different colour palette. I don't see why people call it Labyrinth Zone Act 4 at all. I mean, the water here is purple and the stones here are grey. I mean, it's like, why can't this be a completely new level when people who say that their green version of Sonic is a completely new character? Alright, so up here. And oh, more wrecking balls, great. Just keep moving. And actually a fairly short version of Labyrinth Zone then. Alright, so now we're on to Final Zone, which is our final boss level. Basically, the aim is that there are these 4 pillars that drop down at random, and Robotnik is going to be within one of those 4 pillars and you just have to jump at him. It's quite easy, but the main thing to avoid is those electrical balls. So as I was saying, it's quite easy, except from you do have to avoid these electrical balls quite often, and there is always the risk of you being crushed, of course, so that's not always good. And I don't think it's possible for you to actually get multiple hits in on this fight, like unlike the other fights where in one attacking phase you could get more than one shot in. Oh god. Like, the pillars give you enough time to move out of the way at least, so that's good. But I should have stayed in the middle there. If you have pillars that have a 1 pillar gap in them, like coming down, then you should actually go for the one that's in the middle of them, and that way no matter which one Robotnik's actually in, you have the chance to attack him. Like, I should have stayed on the left then. There's not really an indication of which pillar he's hiding in, but there is an indication of which 2 are going to come down, so you have that on your side. And really the most annoying thing about this stage is the fact that you'll come in here with no rings, so you don't really have anything to defend yourself with. But the balls themselves have... Well, I was going to die there anyway, but I shouldn't have died then. If you get what I mean. Right, so I think I'm nearly there now. Another tactic you should use, as well as like going between 2 pillars that are coming down, is with the balls you'll find that sometimes you'll find ones that have more of a gap than others, and you should always stand between the ones that have more of a gap. And okay, so we're beating him, and he's now outspeeding Sonic, getting into his mech, and the mech actually has legs, so I'm guessing it's the same one as the one from Sonic Adventure 2. Wow, that's a bit weird looking back. And here's the good ending for the game. Yeah, Sonic jumps, poses at the player, and a bunch of flowers have grown around him. And just enough time for the credits. And it's basically going to give us a montage of the levels in the game, so starting off in Green Hill Zone. And I really like the ending to this just because it gives you a nice little medley of the songs in it, which is something that got brought back. Something that got brought back in Sonic Generations. So, in my opinion, it's a really cool idea to bring them back. So, we had Green Hill Zone's music, then this is Springyard Zone's music. And then we got Marble Zone, even though we're showing Labyrinth Zone, but the 2 are kind of commonly associated with each other for whatever reason, and I don't think I held on to the polls like that when I was playing through, so they kind of copy that idea in Sonic 3 and Knuckles in one of their water levels, so that's where I like associate it with most, because I love Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That is like my favourite 2D Sonic game, and it rivals Sonic Adventure 2 for my favourite Sonic game overall, so yeah, it's actually a really good game in my opinion, Sonic 3 Knuckles, but hey, not the game we just finished. We just finished Sonic the Hedgehog 1. What do I think? Well, it's a fun, good game. It's a bit tricky in parts, and yeah, I really liked it, and I had no idea you could use those spinny balls like that. But I think I'm right in saying that part of the Green Hill Zone shown in the ending, like I think the one with all the animals and the plants and stuff, that part doesn't actually appear in the game at all. And here we have this little Dr. Robotnik animation. There is a second ending for the game that I'm now going to show you, which is if you don't get all the Chaos Emeralds. So we're just going to cut to that now. Alright, so that's Robotnik beaten again. Can't catch up to him again, but off he goes in his little egg walker. And this ending, I've only got 1 emerald, so I'm going to get the bad ending, but there we go, Sonic running through Green Hill Zone. I think the flowers are possibly a different colour, and that'd be a weird thing to change, but there we go. So instead of juggling the Chaos Emerald and causing a load of flowers to appear, Sonic just stares at you and then jumps into the camera. And we've got the same credits that play, but there's another thing that changes after credits as well, so I suppose we'll just sit through again, and I guess I'd like to say this time to just quickly thank my roommates who I've only known for a couple of weeks now, but they've been great for putting up with me, and I guess I'd just like to say thanks to the three of them. So yeah, thanks for actually putting up with me and not really disturbing me whilst I've been trying to record. So if any of you actually bother to watch this, then yeah. And I guess that's about it, but I'm I'm just glad I managed to get this done, really, because I thought with stuff like the Let's Play curse and stuff, it wouldn't really happen. Like, I would have been so bad, I would have just ended up dying so much I'd actually run out of lives and game over before I reach the end. But I guess I'm not as bad as I thought I was, and in fact I think the good ending run was probably one of my best runs, so yeah, I'm not too ashamed of that. So I guess that's my second Let's Play out of the way already. Nice short one compared to Spyro's 30 episodes, so I've got a good idea what I want in mind for my next game, but if there's anybody watching who wants to give a suggestion, then throw that in and I'll probably do it as a future LP. But I think I've got my next project in mind already, so if you do suggest one and I like the idea, it won't be my immediate next project. It could possibly be the one after that, so yeah, I'll keep you posted on it anyway. But and that's the one other thing that changed. Another interesting thing is I got one emerald in my playthrough, which was the green emerald, and as you can see, the green emerald isn't in the ones that the ones that Robotnik is juggling, so whichever emeralds you missed, Robotnik will have hold of. So it's a nice little feature that changes depending on how badly you fail, I guess. But that was Let's Play Sonic the Hedgehog, and I'll see you next time for the next LP.